So Spencer, our usual midweek catch up. First of all, let's just reflect back. I know you don't really want to remember it, but what are your thoughts now you've had a couple of days to think about the Salisbury defeat?
Rubbish and more rubbish, wasn't it? I watched it back and relatively dominant for 65 minutes. They've only had a couple of chances, free header but we didn't do enough to score. Their goalkeepers made some great saves. As I said Saturday, very disappointing that when we concede the first goal, which is a calamity, all credit Salisbury, thoroughly deserved to win the game from that point. So lessons learned. It's difficult competition. It's not an excuse. You know, it was a horrible away tie. The winners got a horrible away tie. With the greatest respect, you know, another National League South side away from home. Not going to hide it. We would have been kicked out of the competition anyway by all accounts because we hadn't quite got our paperwork quite right for one of the loans. So even though we had permission for the FA Cup, I think we got it for the vase, not the trophy. So all in all, pretty much a total disaster. Learned quite a bit, made a lot of changes, looked at new defenders, you know, defenders that have been injured. Guy brought in young Jack, I thought did okay. You know, so we made changes, we looked at people, but it wasn't good enough. It was, you know, it's been a really disappointing month defensively. Not going to hide, it is a problem, and we've got to go from there. But in the same breath, we're 1 point off second, and you know, in the top of the table clash at the weekend, and the club's flying, and you look at, you know, 25, whatever it is, other clubs below us or whatever, however many, not 25, 20 or plus clubs, and you know, they bite your hand off to be where we are. So it's a balancing act, isn't it? It's my frustration trying to win football games and disappointment when we don't win a game, and you know, we have to go on, and we're in a great position, but it's not been forgotten, but it was just a totally rubbish day.
So if we start to look forward then, conscious that Taylor Clark's suspended for Saturday, so with suspensions, are we looking to bring back any of the loanees or dual registrations or any other new players coming in?
Well, that was always the plan, wasn't it? But yeah, best laid plans, particularly if you're the Farnborough manager. Bradshaw managed to get sent off on Saturday, so it was always the plan to bring him back briefly and to see where we were. We are looking at another right back, hopefully tonight, but that's obviously gone to wherever you want to call it, so that won't be happening. So Taylor's out, Ollie's out. You know, we've got a lot of suspensions and injuries. I think most clubs do, to be fair. It's not ideal going to the league leaders when you're missing some key players, but it is what it is, and that's why we all have squads. And you know, some clubs have bigger squads than others, but you know, we've got a trialist in, but we are where we are. We know we need another striker. You know, I've had one person grab me the other day and say, well, I can't believe it, you must have some money left over from when players have gone. And we go, well, no, we brought in Cooley. We were £700 over budget for the first month per week. We were then 350, 360 under budget for the second month, and that's where we are this month. So we're back to where we should be on average. So it's a bit of a case of one in, one out. That's where we are. We're very happy with how we run the budget at this club. You know, we're not like most that can just, you know, get in players. I was speaking to an agent just before we got here, and some of the money it's been talked about is just quite frankly laughable. So, you know, we just can't compete with that, and that was the level below. So, you know, we're looking. No big secret. I've got a number one target for the striker that I want, and I'm having to be very patient, and I will remain patient certainly for the next few weeks. And fingers crossed that can happen. We're in regular contact, and we shall see. But look, you know, we're talking to people always. We're trying to improve. Ultimately, I think we're the second top scorers in the league. The problem at the moment is at the back. You know, so players need to perform. They need to stand up and be counted. And there's no tougher week than we've got than obviously league leaders away on a massively difficult journey and potentially hazardous weather on Saturday, and followed up by the one team that absolutely battered us last year in Worthing on Tuesday night at home.
You mentioned there Robbo's obviously suspended for Saturday due to accruing 5 yellow cards throughout the season. Is that something you look at when choosing your team for games in terms of who's got how many cards? Yeah,
we do have to. You know, we're not a big squad. We've got a lot of niggles. We've got players that aren't fully match fit at the moment. So yeah, absolutely. I have to look at these things. I tend to look 2 games. I don't just look at the next game. Obviously, that's the most important. But we look at, you know, for instance, we'll look this weekend about how we're going to get through Saturday and Tuesday. Although I have to say, with the weather forecast, that can be difficult as well. And, you know, if the weather's as bad as they say it's going to be, and we have to, you know, we're playing into a 80 kilometres an hour wind, then, you know, it'll be different to if it's a lovely day. And then obviously Worthing are a fabulous football side at home on Tuesday night. So look, yeah, we do have to look at these things, especially when we've got a lot of niggles and we've got suspensions. So look, it won't be the same team, that's for sure. But we're looking forward to it. As I said, we're not here to be negative. You know, we're in a great place. So it's frustrating. I don't want to lose any football game. I'm really disappointed with our cup performances. Maybe it's got a lot to do with the age of us. You know, we are very, very young, and when things go wrong, you know, we don't have a lot of experience on the park, you know. And, you know, Ricky came to me on Saturday and he said he could really do with the rest. And, you know, he's been absolutely phenomenal for us, and others as well. So Ollie being suspended this weekend. So, you know, Guy coming back from injury, Manny coming back from injury. So there's so many things that, you know, obviously I'm aware of that others aren't. So many things that go into those decisions. But look, we're in a great spot. So, you know, let's train really well and see where we are for actually what's really exciting, you know, way to the top of the league. We're so close. We're so many teams in and amongst it. Really exciting division this year. So
I think you just mentioned it there. I think this is the third time I'm going to say it this season. We are playing top of the league on Saturday. With that ever-changing top of the league, Weston-super-Mare, what are your thoughts about them as a team, and what can we expect from them?
Great people down there. You know, we had 3 games, I think, with them last year. Quite even amongst the 3 games. We played very well down there. I think it's because I turned up 30 seconds before kickoff, so something else was said. So we had a great result down there. Played very, very well. Look, they're top of the league by right. You know, and you know they've got, you know, they've done really, really well. You know, well funded. Great management staff, good supporters, very good players, very physical, and they're having a great time, but like we are, you know. So we know the usual. If we play really well, we've got a great chance, and if we don't play well and we defend like we've been recently, then we're going to have another troublesome day. But you know, we're banging it. So let's enjoy this. I mean, what a great position to be in. As I said, look at so many other big clubs, big budgets, managers getting sacked, you know, things, other managers under pressure. You know, we've got to enjoy it because, you know, we've been there. It's really difficult. So, you know, we have to enjoy it when things are going well. And yeah, there's going to be highs and lows, but ultimately we're doing really well, and it's an exciting game to be involved with. And as I said, against a club that's absolutely flying over a fantastic few years. And I think a lot of similarities to ourselves. You know, they've had the promotions and they've pushed on. And as I said, we're looking forward to the game.
And then just looking slightly further ahead, we have that free Saturday in December now. Are we looking to put another friendly on then, or are we looking to move a league fixture? What are your thoughts?
No, I think it's. I immediately said let's try and move the game. So I believe subject to paperwork, it's approved. We've got Hornchurch at home, which is better than a Tuesday night for everyone. You know, as I said, football is predominantly, we like it being played at 3 o'clock on a Saturday. So our fans enjoy it, the players enjoy it. So. Yeah, we're trying to get that finally signed off. I think it's agreed by all the clubs, and I'm sure the league won't have a problem with that. So fingers crossed that'll be formally announced soon. So, you know, we try and take positives out of things, and you know, so we look forward to welcoming Darryl and his side in a few weeks' time.
Well, Spencer, I'll let you go. Enjoy the busy week ahead.
It's all right. Yeah. My heated jacket's here. I'm good to go. It's so much better now, but so we're not freezing to death just quite yet.
Perfect. Cheers, Spencer.
Thanks.